Hello everyone, today I'm going to attempt reconstructing my 650 former NR average because it's my only record that doesn't have a video. And given that, and also the fact that it was like a month ago, these solutions are based on just some very loose memories I had of the solves and also just what I know about how I tend to do solves. So there's no guaranteeing they'll be correct, but yeah, let's get into it. So the first solve was a 7.81, and I saw the red-white first block, and so I had this pair here and then this, which I used to make a square by going like D, R prime, D, and then I had the DR edge here in my last pair here, and the way I would recommend solving this, or usually solve it, is like that, and then do an F2, but just for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure I went like that, and then inserted this like a C-fop pair, and then I saw this pair while I was doing that, so I just went M prime UM, that insert like that, then I just got that pair, so I solved it like that. I got this CMLL, which I used this alg for, and then I got a pretty normal EOLR case. And then I got dots, which I messed up really badly, and my turning was just kind of locky throughout that solve, so that was why it was a 7.8. Okay, the second solve was a 580, and I switched cubes because that's what I did in the actual average. I basically went in thinking, okay, this WRM wasn't working very well in the previous round. I'll try it for like the beginning, and then if I'm doing really badly, I'll just give this Volk a try, because why not? So I did green-white. You can see this pair and this pair. And so I started with this one by going U2, RY U, RY prime, because then that pairs them up and leaves this here while not disturbing this. And I would normally solve this with a B, but because this pair was here, I moved it up first. And now it means that if you do U, F prime, it puts this in a really nice position here. And so I saw that pair while doing it, so I just solved it in a pretty normal way. And then for my second pair, I knew it would be like on the bottom or something. And I think I looked ahead, so I knew where it was because I did that, I'm pretty sure. And then I got this CMLL, which I either use a really inefficient RUF alg for, or sometimes to preserve EO, I'll do an RUD one, but I'm pretty sure I didn't go for that, especially given that it was in competition. So I just went U prime and then just did the sexy sledge soon alg. And then here we have this pretty normal EOLR solution, and then I got 4C skip. So that was a big part of why it was a sub 6. On Scramble 3, there are two solutions that I'm kind of like 50-50 on which one it was, or at least which one it was most likely to be. But they both start the same way, which is with this blue-yellow first block, which is pretty lucky because you have these two free pairs. So I started by solving the DL like that, then I solved the back pair, so then I could solve the front pair like this with an RY prime F, and then this DR is in a really, really nice position. So the way I think I did it is I just inserted it with a U prime R2, and then I did U into U2 to solve that pair like that, and then I had this pair in the back, which I solved like that, and that would give me this knit class, which I did with wide moves to preserve the arrow, and then I solved the arrow in the back like that, then solved this edge, and finished off with 4C. The other solution I think I probably did is that here, instead I might have solved this pair by doing like RU to R prime, and then doing M prime to pair them up, because then I get this free pair, this CMLL, which I would have done this alg for, and then I have this super easy LSE where I just go like that, and then I have 4C. So one of those two for the 633. Solve 4 was a 738, and I'm going to be honest, I literally remember nothing from this, so I'm just going to do a random solution that I might have done. So you see we have, for blue-yellow, we have this and this, which means you can make a pretty nice square. But if you just do F2D2, then you end up with a pretty horrible pair. So what you can do is do an R prime first, and now you have this free pair that you can set up DR with like that. So I'm going to do U, RY2 like that, and then solve this pair like so, and then solve the front pair like that. That's CMLL again. I don't know, probably something like that, but I could really get a 7.3 on any solution, so who knows. Okay, and the final solve was a 571, and I think I pretty much needed BPA, or so like a 5.7, 5.8 to get NR. So I would say this is probably one of my best official 3x3 solves ever. And what I did was green, white, and I saw this edge here, so you can go U prime, M prime, D to make a square, but then that leaves you with that pair, which is like kind of horrible. So then instead I saw that like when you do the U prime, the M prime is just sort of connecting these. And so you can connect them in the same way, basically, by doing an R prime. And then here, if you go U R prime F, then it means that if you can do an R2 here, so that when you do the D prime to solve the square, these two are in like a pretty decent situation. So I just paired them up like that, did that F move to put this here, and then I can see this pair, so I went straight into it after here. That gave me this free pair. Then I had this CMLR, and then this EOLR, and then I did 4C. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident that that's the right solution, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure. So overall, I'm super happy with this average because I've always wanted to get a 3x3 NR average. And I also knew that it was probably going to be one of my last chances for it to be super doable, just given that Chris switched to NZ citizenship this year, and he's a lot better at competing than people like me and Dwayne at the moment. So I figured he would probably get like sub 6.5 and beyond. So yeah, great to have this one for the WCA profile. I'm pretty happy with it as a PR for now. So thanks for watching.